Voyage.
Do you have an appointment?
No.
Okay. Do you have information you wish to report?
Yes.
Fill this out and have a seat.
No.
No?
I can only report this information to one agent.
What agent?
Carmen Ayres.
Some guy that wandered in off the street to the FBI field office in Denver. Probably mentally ill. Just my luck. I had a particular talent for attracting unstable men. Maybe it runs in the family. The entire male side of my family has been the one mystery I've been precluded from trying to solve. My mother always insisted my father abandoned us, and rebuffed any efforts I made to learn who he or my grandfather were. She was adamant I was better off not knowing. Eventually, I stopped asking. But I never stopped wanting to know. The botanical garden on York Street would have to wait. The weirdo at the office wouldn't.
Hey, Carm.
Hey, Jerry.
Your hot date's in room 3.
Gross.
Good luck.
The man had a curious look to him. Slight in stature, but wiry and fit. Blue eyes, brown hair. His clothing was the strangest thing. For someone who, even now, had a squirrely, frantic demeanor, it was obvious the man's clothes were expensive. He was tidily dressed in gray slacks and a button-down that fit him precisely. His shoes were spotless brown loafers that looked new. But the put-together nature of his wardrobe was easy to miss, because he was sweating through his shirt. He stared at me, desperately. He tried to speak. And with that, he promptly dropped dead. We didn't know that for certain for a while, though. The FBI keeps occupational health nurses on site to ensure the medical readiness of the staff. The man was attended to. After an initial flurry of activity, I was told he had died, and that, pending an autopsy, the best guess was a stroke or poisoning. Great day off for me. The following day, I was called into the office of the special agent in charge, Agent Hannigan, who oversaw the Denver field office. There was another man there that I'd not met before. He wasn't FBI. He wore a lapel pin designed to identify himself to other agents as Secret Service. The pins had a tiny RAFD transponder chip that linked to an agency database that could prove the Secret Service agent as authentic.
Carmen, this is Alexander Volkov. You two are going to work this thing together.
Volkov was big, but he had a goofy way about him, like a giant that didn't know his own strength. For a Secret Service agent, his demeanor was so casual, it bordered on unprofessional.
My friends call me Alex.
What thing would that be?
We'll just pretend I didn't say anything. Nice to meet you too.
Your dead guy's name was Felix Bauer. He was a low-level staffer in the election campaign for Dirk Wolf. No criminal record. For him to come in here, say those 2 words, and drop dead, it has some folks nervous.
He's not president yet.
That aimed at me?
2 agencies, 2 superiors, 2 reports. I'm just asking.
The Secret Service is relevant here.
Given the history of the National Independent People's Party.
Look, we pretty much all know this is bullshit. Whatever this guy had going on, it's unlikely it has anything to do with the party. But we can't just totally ignore it.
What is Alphabet?
We don't know yet.
Here's what we do know. You're gonna need to acknowledge my existence here.
I'm listening.
Is she always like this?
Hey.
The last time the National Independent People's Party was this prominent in American politics was in the late 1960s. You know what happened then?
I was about 20 years from being born.
3 people affiliated with the party were assassinated during that campaign, and not low-level staffers. At a campaign event, a gunman shot Judge Hiram Alexander, the candidate, and Harley Bentley, a major backer who owned newspapers, a TV station, 3 banks, a big-time player in Denver. His family is still very active.
The Bentley building. On 17th Street? That Bentley?
His family, yeah. And Assistant DA Albert Zanowski, who was initially on the ticket as a candidate for lieutenant governor. An emergency caucus put him up as the judge's replacement. He died in the backseat of his limo. You know how he died?
Peacefully, in his sleep.
Funny. Poison. On election day, when the latest poll had him up by 6 points. You getting why I'm here now?
Keep going.
That was a campaign for governor. Wolf is running for president, and might actually win. If something's not kosher here, we need to know. That's why I'm here.
Sounds like we need to talk to the coroner. This guy just had a heart condition. Maybe this is over before it starts.
I'm not that lucky. Are you?
We took my Buick car, against his objections.
I drove the president. Not good enough to drive you?
Why do you care?
It's gentlemanly.
Spare me. We didn't speak the rest of the way to the coroner's office, which was difficult for Volkov. The guy was like a Great Dane puppy.
Here's your guy.
What killed him?
Respiratory failure.
Yeah? What caused that?
His lungs showed mucus plugging and the other histologic changes we associate with asthma.
He died from his asthma?
Maybe. Maybe not. There's another test I have to do. An inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometry. That'll tell me the other way he might have died.
You gonna make us guess?
Thallium poisoning is tasteless, odorless, and water-soluble. If I find thallium, whoever did your guy is a pro. He say anything before he croaked?
Just 2 words. We still don't know what they mean. Short of being letters in the Hebrew alphabet, that is.
I'd look into them.
So we did. We searched every database we could. We went through court records. We called every other FBI field office and asked them. After about 2 weeks of nothing, we finally got a hit. A New York special agent's grandmother, of all people, remembered some court case from 1964. The transcript still existed, in paper form, in the New York County Clerk's office. It took a few days for the records to be pulled, scanned, and sent to us. It was well worth the time.
Holy...
Yeah,
You read this whole thing?
I did. The word alphabet showed up in the trial transcript. In 1964, a rabbi named Ben Zvi murdered a neo-Nazi who had killed an old Hasidic man and attempted to rape a young girl. He'd openly invoked alphabet while on the witness stand as an organization.
Born out of the ashes of Auschwitz and committed to the discovery and punishment of all surviving Nazis.
If these guys are still around, the only place they'd have left to go is a nursing home. What are there, like 5 Nazis still kicking?
The Simon Wiesenthal Center keeps a list. Surviving people suspected of participation in Nazi war crimes. There's 2 left, and they're both over 100 years old. Felix was 37.
Maybe the Nazis are gone. But it's not like their ideas are. It was hard not to think of my own ancestors. I was Afro-Romani, from Louisiana. That meant the Nazis had killed my Romani ancestors, and my other ancestors were slaves. Hate doesn't care about geographic location.
We need to talk to Dirk Wolf.
Agreed. We contacted Wolf's campaign manager, and a meeting was set. At a hotel I could never dream of affording to stay at. We were to meet at a back table in the hotel restaurant. A server let us know Wolf was delayed, and that we were welcome to eat while we waited. We ordered.
Oh, that spoon's not for soup.
Really?
No, I just like teasing you.
Sorry that I don't often dine at the Four Seasons on an FBI salary.
You want to compare salaries?
Secret Service agents make more, on average.
Sure. You ever have to stand next to a door for 8 hours?
In the field. Maybe not a door, but...
What? A car? The back of a van where you have air conditioning, snacks, you can scratch your ass? I'm talking about standing at attention, where you can't so much as shift your posture for hours. The job is determined to be so boring that when someone does try to kill POTUS, you might be mid-yawn.
You get to travel, right?
Sure, I've seen Rome. Through the tinted glass of an SUV window, it looked great.
Can't you take time off?
13 days a year.
That's it?
Goes up to a maximum of 26 days with seniority.
Why do you do it if you hate it so much?
Who said I hated it?
Kinda sounds like you did.
Well, because eventually someone is going to try to kill the president. Might not be this president, might not be the next president, but someone will. And if someone can kill the president in America, well, I guess I just think that still matters.
Volkov. That's Russian.
Whoa, the FBI powers of deduction astonish me.
You could have been Polish or Ukrainian. I didn't want to assume.
Shockingly, Alexander Volkov is of Russian descent, yes.
Were your parents born here?
Are we doing a citizenship test now? A Russian spy? That's a stereotype, Agent Ayres.
Just a question.
My mother was born in Moscow. My father was born in Boulder.
How'd your mother end up here?
K-1 visa. That's when she began spying for Leonid Brezhnev.
Wait, really?
Do they not train FBI agents to understand sarcasm?
He's coming. Be quiet. A man who smiled too much, Jonas Wagner, Wolf's campaign manager, came and joined us.
I must sincerely apologize. The candidate has been pulled away for urgent campaign business.
Too busy to talk to law enforcement about his own dead staffer?
Mr. Bauer worked in one of our campaign offices. His family has a long history of supporting the National Independent People's Party. We are truly saddened by his loss.
Seems like it.
I oversee the campaign. I'm fully qualified to answer any questions you may have.
The National Independent People's Party has had suspicious deaths before.
You're referring to the 1966 campaign? That's ancient history. The National Independent People's Party has never had another incident like that.
That a fact?
It is.
Mr. Wagner, I'm Alexander Volkov from the Secret Service. Between myself and Agent Ayres, there's really no record we can't access. Numerous campaign officials working for the National Independent People's Party have died under unusual circumstances since the 1966 campaign.
You're talking about 60 years of history. People die. But an assassination, like what happened in 1966, that hasn't happened again.
It hasn't? We've got a half a dozen murders of different campaign staff or officials, including a state legislator, a city councilman, and a county commissioner.
For 60 years in America, I'd call that an incredible legacy of safety. Do you know what the murder rate was in Denver in the 1980s? Do you know what it is today? Why do you think Governor Wolf is running for president? Why do you think he got elected governor?
One of your predecessors, Lewis Miller, was killed in a car bombing shortly before Governor Wolf was elected for the first time in 2018. Seems a bit elaborate for street crime, no?
The individual you're referring to unfortunately had personal problems and some association with men with criminal records. His death was investigated and deemed to have no substantive ties to the campaign or to Governor Wolf.
Your party is the first legitimate third party in American politics since the 1850s. Maybe some people don't like that.
Our policies are centrist, law and order, supporting the middle class with tax cuts and small business loans, moderate policies. We're hardly radicals. We're about unity. Our symbol is a dove and an olive branch, for Christ's sake.
We've heard. Peace with honor, right? Life had taught me that, generally speaking, if something seems too good to be true, it is. The nice guy who puts a roofie in your drink. Jonas looked like one of those guys.
We are a cure for the divisiveness of American politics.
Good for you. Who's paying for it?
We have more small donors than any party in American history. The people, quite simply, are paying for it.
Oh, yeah? Just them.
If you want a list of campaign contributions, you're more than welcome to look at our campaign finance filings.
Fine. We need all employment records associated with Felix Bauer. When he started, his hours, who he worked with, everything he got on him.
We're happy to comply.
We still need to talk to Wolf.
Why?
We're not asking permission, Mr. Wagner.
He's a little busy. Governor Wolf is running for president.
All the more reason we need to talk to him.
I will find a time, all right? Are we finished? You're welcome to enjoy the rest of your dinner. The Tasmanian salmon fillet with the Dutch carrot puree is sensational. It's on us.
You like him?
That's sarcasm?
You're getting better at this.
We reconvened at the office the next day to find out the answers to the questions Jonas Wagner had dodged. Due to campaign finance laws, it was tough to hide where the money backing the party came from. Agent Volkov, looking tired, guzzled coffee.
I don't sleep. Back issues.
Too many hours standing by doors?
I wish that were a joke. And I wish this was vodka.
Now who's stereotyping?
Vodka's our enemy, so we'll utterly consume it.
Russian fatalism.
Never goes out of style. My mother said vodka could cure the common cold.
Does it?
No, but I didn't notice.
You started before me.
Yes, and I found out who was really bankrolling the People's Party.
It's not all those small dollar donors?
Not even close. Mostly it comes from giant corporations, most prominently Bancorp USA, a financial holding company based in Colorado, which has 143 banking offices sprinkled across the Midwest. The company is German-American owned. Most of the other companies that back the campaign are also German-American owned. You may recognize them from every car commercial in last year's Super Bowl.
German.
You know when most of those companies were founded?
Tell me.
The late 1930s, in Berlin, either founded or expanded during the Nazi era, and produced arms and vehicles for the Nazis.
It could be a coincidence. These are massive companies. World War II was 80 years ago.
Do you think it was?
I don't know yet. I want to keep looking, though. We're not going to get more from Wagner.
Agreed. Then what about Ben Zvi?
The guy from the trial transcript? What about him? He's got to be dead by now.
If this Aleph Bet thing he was involved in really existed, maybe his descendants know something about it.
Going through federal, state, and county records, we were able to trace the descendants of Ben Zvi Kantorowicz. He had a great-grandson, Aaron Benjamin Kantorowicz. He was alive, and, in another uneasy coincidence, he lived in Denver. Aaron Kantorowicz's home was in Cherry Creek, Denver, an affluent residential district that was a mix of new money houses and old hand-me-down homes, hanging on to tremendous property value thanks to urban development. Aaron's house was one of the old ones. It had been well-maintained, but the style was a throwback to previous generations. The door opened and a man stood there, staring at me like I was an old friend come to call. No surprise on his face, despite the unannounced visit from 2 law enforcement agents. If anything, he seemed to have a twinkle in his eyes.
I was wondering when you were going to show up.
Endgame is a production of Voyage Media. The series is produced by Nat Mundel, Robert Mitas, and Dan Benamor. Executive produced by Norman Shabel, based on Norman Shabel's novel, The Aleph Bet Conspiracy, available on Amazon. A link is in the show notes. Directed by Aaron Semmel. Written by Dan Benamor. Starring Maya Imani Estephanos as Carmen and Mitch Urban as Volkov. Additional cast credits available in the show notes. Edited, sound designed, and mixed by Christopher Moore. Original music by Derlis Gonzalez. If you're enjoying the show, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you're listening, and subscribe now for future episodes.